You've tried getting motivated, you've tried setting goals, you've tried new productivity systems, but still nothing really changes. What if the real problem isn't what you're doing, but how you're thinking about what you're doing? The solution isn't another tactic or technique. It's a fundamental shift in your mindset. The 1% approach challenges, obstacles, and failures completely differently than everyone else. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how they think, why it works, and how you can develop this same mindset. Starting right now, regardless of your current situation, you see failure as the end. The 1% see it as tuition paid towards success. Most people quit after 2 or 3 failures because they don't understand the math. They don't realize that every failure is just another step closer to getting it right. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. What if he had stopped at 999? The world would be darker because of one more quit. That's the difference between how you see failure and how the 1% see it. They don't count the losses. They count the lessons. Your brain is wired to avoid pain. It wants you to stop when things get hard because failure feels like a threat. The 1% rewire that instinct. They train themselves to see failure as progress, not punishment. Studies prove people who embrace failure learn faster. Their brains develop more neural pathways because they're constantly adapting, constantly improving. Every time you fail, you're not losing. You're building a stronger, smarter version of yourself. The 1% don't just stumble through failure, they study it. They keep a failure log documenting what went wrong and why they don't hide from their mistakes. They dissect them. That's how they turn setbacks into setups for future success. If you're not failing, you're not pushing hard enough, you're not learning. You're stuck in the same place doing the same things, expecting different results. The 1%, no, that's insanity. You plant a seed and wait, nothing happens. You water it, still nothing. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. Most people walk away at this point, but the 1% know something you don't. That seed is the bamboo tree principle in action. 5 years of invisible growth before 90 feet of explosive success in just 6 weeks right now. You're measuring your progress in days, checking for results after every workout, every blog post, every sales call. That's why you get discouraged. The 1% measure in seasons. They understand that 80% of success comes from consistency, not in intensity showing up when you don't feel like it matters more than any single moment of brilliance. That project you abandoned last month, the workout routine you dropped, the business idea you shelved, those were your bamboo roots. Every time you restart, you reset the clock. The 1% don't have magical abilities. They just refuse to quit digging when the surface looks barren. All that time the bamboo was growing. Roots building a foundation, preparing for that moment of explosive growth. Your social media feed shows overnight successes. What you don't see are the years of unseen struggle. The 1% embrace this truth. While everyone else chases shortcuts, they lock in when others clock out. They understand that greatness is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every day. Look at any field. The elite performers aren't the ones with sporadic bursts of effort. They're the ones who maintain relentless consistency. The writer who publishes every Tuesday, the athlete who trains through holidays, the entrepreneur who works when others sleep. These people aren't lucky. They're predictable. Your brain will lie to you. It will say, "This isn't working." It will scream for you to quit. The 1% hear that voice too. They just don't listen. They track progress in notebooks, not emotions. They measure inches when others demand miles. They trust the process. When everyone else doubts, stop looking at the empty soil. Start watering your roots. The growth is coming, but only if you stay long enough to see it. Now you understand the waiting game. The real question is, will you play it?